Cheers. Get out of here, man.
Yep, that's messy.
It's on my, I know it's on my face, I know. They're laughing at me over there.
Gotcha.
Oh, thank you, brother. Might get a kiss after our first date. Hey guys, I'm Greg Hudson, host of America's Best Restaurants, where we scour the country, checking out hidden gems and local favorites. And today, we're in Whitehouse, Ohio, at the Whitehouse Inn, and I'm telling you, the food is next level. You're gonna get a stack of onion rings here that, well, they double as a flagpole if you want, a Reuben with some smoked corned beef in there, and check this out, a prime rib that, well, I would describe as presidential. So come on in and check out the Whitehouse Inn on this edition of ABR. What's up, man?
Not much. How are you?
Doing very well. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
This place is awesome. I love the decor. I mean, well, hold on a second. What is this?
It's our tower onion rings, most popular item on our menu.
I can see why.
Yeah. Hand battered, drives the cooks nuts because it takes up a whole fryer. And
it does, and I would imagine that when this comes out and they're walking through the restaurant, all of a sudden everybody else is like, I'll have one of those, I'll have one of those. And then they just get slammed with it.
They get slammed.
Listen, I don't know if I need to, like, I've never wanted to salute onion rings before. But I feel like you either need to salute these onion rings, like we need to play Hail to the Chief or something. Let's dig in, man. Let's try these bad boys. What do? Do we just remove the flag?
Pull the flag out, yep. You take the flag home with you if you want.
I'll do that. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, these are gorgeous. You guys hand batter these in-house?
We do. We do. You gotta try the horsey sauce.
The horsey sauce? Is that what this is? Okay.
It's the best part.
Oh, I love I can already tell the batter on these are super soft, man. Oh, baby. Here's my brother. America. Man. These are fantastic.
Thank you.
You can tell they're hand battered too, and that's the thing. When you have a hand battered onion ring like this, and then you go back and you have a frozen one that's just dropped, you can totally tell the difference.
Yep.
I mean, this is like having a funnel cake around an onion ring now. This is outstanding.
They pop them up about every other day. We're popping them out one by one, and they go through them. We go through probably 100, 150 pounds a week.
And you're using like a sweet onion in there, it feels like. Like a white sweet onion.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
These are really great, man.
Thanks.
Well, if we're starting here, what else are we trying today, Tony?
Well, we're going to try our Reuben. It's probably one of our most popular lunch items. Where we house smoke the corned beef. We had a party of 20 the other day, and 12 of the 20 got a Reuben, which once again
pretty popular.
Makes it a little rough for the cooks. We're also going to try our French onion soup.
Oh, man.
Very, very popular again.
Tell me there's going to be cheese just melting all over the top of that thing.
And we're going to surprise you with something
else?
With that.
Fair enough.
We're going to do our prime rib. We go through about 600 to 800 pounds of prime rib a week, and we might sneak in our black and blue prime rib because it's to die for.
Did you say 600 to 800 pounds of prime rib per week?
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Well, this place looks incredible. I can't wait to hear more about the story. So why don't we do this? Why don't we let the cooks do what they're doing in the back? Maybe I'll have another onion ring. And I want you to show me around and get the history of this. I mean, obviously we're in Whitehouse, Ohio.
Yep.
But you guys have really run with that, with the decor and everything else.
Yeah.
So why don't we take a look around, brother, and give me the story.
You got it.
That's after this onion ring, of course. Tony, I gotta tell you, man, this has to be one of the most unique restaurants I've ever seen. The presidents all over the wall, the decor, this is great. And this has been in your family for a while, right?
In 1995.
And was this always the plan for you? I know your dad started here.
No,
and then
it was not.
Were you looking at dad like, hey, I'm taking this over someday?
No. I graduated with an accounting degree. I came up one weekend to see him, and the way he was doing his books was ridiculous. So
As the accountant.
I got suckered into I said I'd work for 2 years, and I'm out.
Okay.
And that was 27 years ago. So
And that was just working. Like I'm in it for 2 years to work as like the accountant.
Yeah, just
right?
to do books and help out.
And now you're running the whole place. You own
Run the whole place. Yeah. At the time, we had 2, and then when Dad bought this in '95, it was turned into 3 because my brother was at a restaurant, and I was at the other one, the original one, and then we came here. And that's when it was fun. I mean, we met in a town every Tuesday to drink coffee and chat about the business and like bust on each other for, you had a good week, I had a crappy week or something like that. So that was a fun time.
And with the theming of the place, with the Whitehouse, obviously we're in Whitehouse, Ohio. But the theming with the presidents everywhere, the Americana, was that something your dad started, or when he got into it was already a thing?
Nope. This place is called the Fox. When he was here, it had a stage over here, it had a cigarette machine, it had camouflage hanging from the ceiling. The bathrooms had shower curtains.
I can't even picture that in here right now.
It was a dive bar.
I cannot even picture that here. I honestly can't.
Yeah, it was a dive bar. And within 2, 3, 4 years of that, he did this. But then when the pictures came into play, I'm not sure how he got it into play, but once we did it, it got so much that you could barely see the walls. It was almost frame to frame like it was over here, but it was so much. So when we remodeled the interior about 10 years ago, we thinned it out, and that's when we came up with the idea of let's put them all up here and let's put them all up in row. And you get to see a lot of people who sit through the dining room and trying to, okay, which one's that one, which one's that one.
That's a fun little game,
it's
right?
It's a nice little lesson, so.
Yeah, I only know one guy, Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. That can go through top to bottom, front and, he'll go forward and backward with that stuff. This would be fun to kind of sit and do that.
It is.
Hey, one thing I want to ask you about that I've noticed when I walked in the door, I mean, even before we started shooting and in between shooting, there's a real camaraderie, a familial family feel here.
Yeah.
With you, with the staff. I don't know if you guys are just friendly people or if that's part of your philosophy here, but it's great, man.
Well, all Ohioans are friendly. Come on.
That's true, we are. That's a good point. He's got a point.
We're family first here, and they know that. And even when they interview and things like that, they know it's family first. To the point where when they come to work, they know to walk by me and say hello. If they don't, I'm gonna get in their ear a little bit. Some operators don't do that, and I think that's why we've retained our staff through COVID. I think that's why we retain our staff currently, because the labor pool is just not doing well,
right.
Unfortunately. But I'm the father figure. A few of them call me dad, things like that. And some of these people that have been here for a while, when they come to work, they'll give hugs. I mean, they'll hug each other and things like that, and which makes me happy in my heart, because we're doing the right thing.
And you know what? If they're that way amongst each other and with you, guess what? That's going to translate to your guests and customers that come in.
Correct.
They're going to get that kind of service.
Correct.
Well, because we're getting ready to go outside, we're going to try a little food, which I'm really looking forward to, by the way. Your kitchen approach, it sounds like you do, I mean, based on the onion rings we just tried, man, it sounds like you do a lot from scratch here.
We do. Years ago, the talent that I had in the kitchen, it was like, okay, you have to have frozen chicken chunks because there's no way this kid's going to be able to do fresh chicken chunks. But within the past 8-10 years, some are still here, some have gone. It's just elevated itself to a fresh program. Especially now. Even during COVID, a lot of people, we were told, were changing their menus, going back to frozen things like that. We stayed that course. And
really? Even through COVID and everything?
We didn't take anything off our menu.
Wow.
Even when we were doing stuff out the back door, we stayed the course and we held the line. And it did really well. I think the only thing that we have in our freezer anymore is French fries. It's a lot of.
That's great to hear.
And my guys back there, they love it. I mean, they take it head on and they grind hard, and they grind hard on the weekends. Well, now it seems like we grind hard all 7 days, but they do a phenomenal job. I can't thank them enough. I can't even thank my front of the house staff enough. They really kill it. And then, when they're hired here, they're told one thing that we tell them is, you go out to dinner, you know what it's like to go out to dinner.
Yeah.
You wait on them like you like to be waited on when you go out to dinner.
Perfect approach.
And that's all you got to do.
Perfect approach, man. Well, speaking of food, we got a couple of things on the way. Kitchen's working on right now. What are we starting with?
We're going to start with the Reuben, house smoked corned beef.
Ooh, smoked. Yes.
And then we're gonna move on to prime rib, but we're gonna sneak in another one for you because I think you'll like that one better.
Well, you're sneaking in 2 prime ribs?
Yep.
Oh, this is my arm getting twisted right now. It's getting twisted, everybody. What?
And you gotta try the French onion soup.
Oh, I'm a sucker
Which comes
for
a
that.
surprise with that too.
It comes with a surprise?
Yep.
French onion soup. Okay, well, we've got some prime ribs, some Reuben, and some surprise French onion soup around the corner. Man, let's head outside, brother.
All right.
This is great. I'm excited about this. Let's go. So as promised, beautiful day, and we're sitting outside, and you just brought me this Reuben. Tony.
Why are you hogging it?
I'm not. I'm showing the camera. I want to hog it though. Look at this thing. You getting in there? You getting in there? You see that? Woo. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. There's no way I can just shovel this whole thing in my face, so I'm gonna cut it in half and try it together. But talk me through it, man. What's on here?
So it's a swirl marble rye. We accidentally one day decided, you know what, let's try to smoke our corned beef just to see what happens to it.
What?
So it turned out absolutely amazing. So we've been doing that for probably 6-8 years. Sliced real thin with our house-made Thousand Island sauerkraut Swiss cheese. Look at that.
Are you kidding? Look at this thing, man. So sorry, you left me at Swiss cheese, sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut, we grill it up and stack it high.
You certainly do. All right, moment of truth.
This is
Prep
gonna
with the fry. I love these fries too. Let's not undersell these fries, bro.
Those are good. Those are good. We do about
Yeah.
14 cases a week, so they're.
And these are those fries. I know you know what I'm talking about. The fries that have almost like a little texture on the outside of them, almost like a cornmeal or something. That's the kind of fries they're serving here. These are my favorite kind. I'm stalling, Tony,
You better
because
save some room.
I know I'm stalling because I don't know how I'm gonna get that in my mouth.
It's gonna be a mess.
You did this on purpose. He did this on me. You guys told him, didn't you? You guys probably emailed the restaurant and say, make Greg eat something that's gonna go down his face. Here we go. You ready?
Okay, let's go.
Cheers. Get out of here, man.
Yep, that's messy.
It's on my. I know it's on my face. I know. They're laughing at me over there. Oh, thank you, brother. Might get a kiss after our first date. It'd be great. So you know what the first thing I notice about this is that meat is smoked. So you just one day said, you know, we ought to try. Let's smoke it, and that's what you did.
What we do is the talent I have in the kitchen with those guys is amazing, and we always try to think out of the box a little bit and try to come up with something different, something new, something that someone's not doing. And
Sure.
once we started doing it, there's a little bit of imitation that within the area. So well, let's do that.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the best form of flattery is imitation.
Absolutely. I mean, it's genius. I mean, that's the first thing you taste when you bite into this.
And
Also,
it's not a heavy smoke.
No.
It's not a heavy smoke.
No, it doesn't overpower the sandwich. You're still tasting that kraut. And you know what else I'm really tasting? Whatever you're using, this rye bread is fantastic.
It's good. It's
you
good.
really get that rye flavor on the end, I feel like.
Yep, sure do.
Oh, that's a good bite right there. This is going to be a great bite. Here we go. We're at the Whitehouse Inn. Salute. And you're telling me I got to eat prime rib after this, man?
Yep. You got some things coming yet.
You have a cot back there? A pillow? Man, that is fantastic. I can't get over this.
Oh, good. It's one of our most favorite popular items on the lunch menu.
I believe
to
it.
the extent that we were almost forced by the public to put it on the dinner menu because they get mad at us when we didn't have it on there for a while, so we put it on the dinner menu.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's good.
If you're used to coming in for lunch and this is your favorite item at Whitehouse Inn, and they're like, hey, I'm going to go for dinner and bring some friends, and then this isn't there and they can't get it, I can imagine a few people being upset after tasting it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So how long ago was it that you started smoking it then?
I think it was probably about 6-7 years ago, maybe even 8 years ago. Just bought a smoker online and said, let's give this a shot, which the health department doesn't really appreciate, but
well, give them one of these and then they'll understand. So
Exactly.
the health department here locally, we're going to get you one. You'll get it.
So we bought a new smoker. We now put it inside underneath the hood. So we do it correctly for health department reasons, and it works out really well.
This is great, man.
Cook it all night long. Cooks about 8 hours.
And I can tell because it's also so tender. I mean, it just falls apart. You could probably suck this through a straw. This meat, it's so tender. You could. It's that good. All right, one more bite because we got prime rib coming. Here we go. That whole sandwich is so tender. So I'm gonna try not to crush this, but around the corner, what we got? Prime rib, and what else? What are we doing?
You're gonna do some French onion soup. We're gonna do some prime rib, and we're gonna do a black and blue prime rib that we're gonna sneak that in there for you because you'll probably like that better than the prime rib.
So we got a regular prime rib with a black and blue prime rib.
It's blackened in the top with melted blue cheese, crumbles.
Oh my gosh, get out of here.
And you gotta try the home fries with cheese and onion.
I guess that's what's coming up next. One more bite. I promise it's the last one though. This is it. All right. Prime rib really is next this time. As promised, we're back with the prime rib, but we've got two different types of prime rib.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So what do we got? Talk us through this.
Which one?
Both. Let's go. Let's go.
We put the whole loin in. We have a special rub for it that we make here in-house. It has about 10 different spices in it. We rub the entire thing, top, bottom, sides, load them up in what we call an alto sham, which is a different kind of heat. It has a hold temperature, has a cook temperature, and it cooks it for a period of time, and then it brings the temperature down. And what it does is it reduces the shrinkage, so it doesn't get tight. We cook them for anywhere from 4 to 6 hours.
Hey, that's what I was going to ask you.
It's a lot, it can be a lot. It depends on how many prime ribs you put in there. You can put it in up to 8, which you're probably going to be cooking those 6-7 hours. We rotate them out because the top cooks a little bit, hotter than the bottom. So we rotate them every 2 hours.
Man,
it's a process. It's a
labor of love here, brother.
It is. It's a labor of love. So then what we do with that?
Yeah. So this is the black and blue, right?
Black and blue.
Look at this thing.
Very, very popular. We make our own blackening seasoning here in-house. We take that piece and we coat it with the blackening seasoning, then we sear it on the grill, and then put it on that skillet like that, and then put blue cheese crumbles up and put up in the melter.
The crust on this just looks incredible. It looks incredible.
That looks good.
Well, why don't we do this? I'm going to cut a piece for each of us.
All right.
We'll do the same with this is the regular prime rib.
Yeah, you better go here first.
Go here first? All right, fair enough. Oh, man. You know what I love, too, about prime rib in particular, and I can already see it with this, is that marbling of the fat.
Yep.
It melts. Look at that jus. My goodness. Here, I'll cut you a
The au jus made in-house. That has its own special recipe also.
There you go, good sir.
Thank you. That has its own special, ingredients, and it's a process. It's not just throw spices in a bucket or a bowl, or a pot, and boil it and be done with it. We strain it. There's a big process to it.
Even for the jus.
Even for the au jus.
So I'm gonna plate both of these, but not to be missed, however, is the French onion soup. I have a question for you though, and I know you're thinking the same thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask it for all of us. Why are there a pair of scissors with my soup?
Okay, so one, it's easier because hopefully you get the good cheese pull.
Yes.
And sometimes you get past your arm and it's still there. So sometimes it's easier just to get in there and give it a nice little snip.
Oh, see, this is one of life's great pleasures right here, is a French onion soup where the cheese just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. This might be a 45-minute episode, I don't care, because this is beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at that, man. Seriously, one of life's simple pleasures is a great bite of French onion soup that looks like that. That's outstanding.
Thank you.
That's great. And you know what I love too? Is that you don't skimp on the cheese.
No.
There are a lot of places, I know you've probably been there, some of you, where you get the French onion soup and there's just like a little square of cheese on top. It's one of the most disappointing things ever.
Yeah.
This is what you want when you order French onion soup. I'm gonna scrape it up the side of the bowl. And that's what you guys are doing.
The croutons are homemade. Obviously the whole thing's homemade. and it's not a very difficult recipe. Everybody thinks it's, you know, this, that, and the other thing. It's got like three ingredients in it.
But it's about fresh ingredients.
It's fresh
about
ingredients.
using the right fresh ingredients, man.
Yep.
So many dishes are that way.
Yeah. We probably go through 40, 50 gallons of that a week, probably.
40 to 50 gallons?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We're cutting cheese every
I was going to say, how much cheese, I wonder that. How much cheese is that?
Yeah, it's lots.
Well, let's get into this prime
All
rib,
right.
my friend. It's not going to eat itself.
No.
Where do we start? Should we start with the regular?
Yeah, you gotta go regular first.
Okay, go regular.
Because there's gonna be an explosion in your mouth with the other one.
Okay, not mad at that either. Get a little extra jus on that. Come on, man. You know what's great about this too, and maybe this has to do with the marbling or with how long you are cooking it for, but the inside is just as seasoned as the outside.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you're talking about prime rib or any sort of big protein where you're rubbing the outside, you get to the center of that and it just tastes kind of plain, or this is seasoned all the way through somehow.
Yep.
All the way through the middle. I don't know if it's the rub you're using, but man, that's outstanding.
It could also be the cut of meat we're using. We use USDA choice. We don't skimp at all, because you can't make a bad cow taste good. So.
Line of the day, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make a bad cow taste good. Write it down. I'm going to pause for just a second. Get your pen and paper, your notes on your iPhone. That might be the most truest statement of this entire episode.
Hey, and you can use it if you want.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm using that. I'm stealing it.
I'm going in.
Again, I just can't get over how well seasoned that is all the way through the prime rib, right to the middle. It's incredible, man.
My chefs, my cooks, they nail it. They do a good job.
Hey, really, that's what we're noticing too, man. You've got some great cooks and chefs back there.
We do. They take pride in what they do.
Absolutely, can tell.
All
and
right.
this, okay, you've been talking about the black and blue. You love this dish, don't you?
I love it. It's my favorite.
I knew, I knew it was, because you keep bringing it up throughout the day as we're hanging out, you know, in between shoots and stuff. You're like, oh man, black and blue prime. Oh man, black.
I told you I was gonna sneak it in.
Let's see. And again, the crust on this.
Wait for it.
You guys can go home now. we're done here. Man, that rub. What is that rub on there? You're not going to tell me, are you?
It's just a house-made blackening seasoning. It's got quite a few different spices in it. Got some cayenne in it, for sure.
Man, yeah, I was going to say, I'm getting a little kick on the back
That's
of the
all you
palate,
get.
too.
That's all you're
just
getting.
enough, though. Even if you didn't like spicy, it's not going to kill you. Like,
Nope.
it's just a little on the end to let you know it's there.
Yep.
That's all.
And then it fades away so you can go into your next bite.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. I got a nice marble piece here with some fat on it. That's my favorite.
That's the best.
Some people don't like it. Look at that big, juicy piece of fat on the edge of the prime rib. That's where the flavor is, my friends. You see that? That's the flavor. Like nice blue cheese crumble on there.
You're not gonna throw out like a shut the front door or anything like that.
I'm in it right now, just soaking in it. This is like, you know how, if I'm ever on death row and get one last meal, this is, you're getting a call from me. That's outstanding, man.
Thank you.
And so with what the cook process on this, a little different, you said, you finish it in the pan,
They sear
plus
it.
that seasoning.
They layer it with the blackening seasoning, and then they sear it on the grill. Throw it up on a skillet, put the blue cheese crumbles on it, and then put it in the melter. Got to keep a watchful eye on it so it doesn't under or over melt the cheese.
And that's the thing too that I noticed your chefs are doing. You get just enough color on top there.
Yep.
You can tell it's got a little char to it, but it's not overly cooked.
Nope.
It's perfect. Just a nice little crust on that cheese.
And if that was too done, it falls and starts to slide off. So.
Right. So it's a matter of seconds really to get it the way you want it to look.
Absolutely.
Well, I got to tell you, Tony, this has been an incredible day, man. And I only live like 3 hours down the road, so even when I'm not shooting the episode, I might be back up here. You're killing it here.
Well, find us a place down there.
Yeah, come on down. Come on down and visit me down there. So we can tell by walking around, man, your staff feels like family. We discussed that, and the food is just next level. It really does feel like you're just cooking for family here. Everything's scratch. It's so delicious, man. Congratulations on all this.
Thank you very much.
And where can people find you online? Social media, on the web? Where can we get you?
www.thewhitehouseinn.net. We are definitely on Facebook and Instagram. Our marketing person, which is our daughter-in-law, does very, very well with that. We can't thank her enough for that. I think that's all we're at.
Well, I can't thank you enough for this.
You're very
I can't
welcome.
thank you enough for. You know what to do right now. Like, subscribe, share, and leave in the comments below. Tell me what you want to eat when you come to the Whitehouse Inn. Maybe it's the presidential prime rib. That's what I'm calling this right now. So I'm Greg Hudson. We will see you on the next episode of America's Best Restaurants. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay, bye everybody.